There comes a quiet moment in life when you realize that the pain you've been running from is not outside of you. It never truly was. The betrayals, the disappointments, the words that stayed in your head longer than they should have, the memories that still tighten your chest when you think about them, they didn't hurt because of what people did. They hurt because of what those moments awakened inside you. Carl Jung understood this deeply. He believed that we are not wounded by the world itself, but by the parts of ourselves we have not yet made conscious. Most people spend their lives building emotional walls. They harden their tone, shut down their feelings, withdraw from connection, or pretend not to care. They believe this is strength, but Jung warned that isolation is not healing, it is avoidance. True protection does not come from becoming cold or unreachable, it comes from becoming aware. Because once you understand yourself, nothing and nobody can touch you in the same way again. Pain has power only when it is unconscious. When you don't know why something triggers you, it controls you. When you don't know why you seek validation, rejection destroys you. When you don't know why you chase closure, unanswered questions haunt you. The world doesn't hurt you, your unconscious reactions do. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." This is the root of emotional suffering. You are not weak for feeling hurt. You are simply unaware of what the hurt is trying to show you. Think about how often you gave someone the power to define your worth. A message not replied to, a relationship that ended without explanation, a friend who changed, a moment where you felt invisible. You didn't just lose them, you lost a sense of identity you had attached to them. Jung would say that this is not love, but projection. You placed parts of yourself onto others, and when they left, those parts felt stolen. That is why it hurts so deeply. Emotional freedom begins the moment you stop outsourcing your value. When you stop asking others to confirm who you are. When you stop needing recognition to feel real. Validation feels good, but dependence on it is dangerous. The more you need it, the more fragile you become. Jung believed that wholeness comes from integration, accepting every part of yourself, especially the parts you were taught to hide. The fear, the anger, the jealousy, the insecurity, the sadness. These are not enemies. They are messengers. Most people run from discomfort. They distract themselves, perform happiness, chase productivity, or drown their thoughts in noise. But avoidance strengthens pain. Awareness dissolves it. When you sit with your emotions, instead of resisting them, they lose their grip. When you understand why you react, the reaction loses its power. When you see your patterns clearly, they stop controlling you. This is how you become untouchable, not by becoming emotionless, but by becoming conscious. Jung spoke of the shadow, the parts of the psyche we reject because they don't match the image we want to present to the world. The shadow is not evil, it is simply unacknowledged, and whatever you deny within yourself will show up as suffering in your life. The people who hurt you often activate your shadow. They trigger old wounds, unmet needs, and forgotten emotions. If you don't understand this, you will keep blaming them. If you do, you will start reclaiming yourself.
At some point, you stop chasing closure from others because you realize closure is an internal decision. You don't need an apology to move on. You don't need answers to heal. You don't need explanations to regain peace. You need understanding. You need to see clearly why you stayed, why you hoped, why you ignored signs, why you attached meaning where there was none. This is not self-blame. This is self-awareness, and awareness is freedom.
When you stop performing for acceptance, life becomes quieter. You no longer shape yourself to fit into spaces that drain you. You no longer explain your boundaries. You no longer seek permission to be who you are. You choose peace over approval. You choose depth over attention. You choose truth over comfort. And slowly, something shifts. The same words that once wounded you no longer penetrate. The same situations that once broke you now pass through without leaving scars. Nothing changes externally at first. People are still people. Life is still unpredictable. Loss still exists. But internally, you are no longer fragmented. You are integrated. You are whole. Jung believed that wholeness is the goal of life, not perfection, not happiness, but integration. When you accept yourself fully, there is nothing left for the world to use against you.
You become emotionally grounded in a way that is quiet and unshakable. Not the kind of calm that comes from avoiding pain, but the kind that comes from understanding it. Life does not suddenly stop testing you. People still disappoint you. Words still land. Loss still arrives without warning. But the difference is subtle and powerful. The pain no longer takes over your identity. It passes through you instead of defining you. You feel it fully, honestly, without rushing to escape it. And because of that, it loses its power to control you.
There was a time when pain felt like proof that something was wrong with you, when rejection felt personal, as if it confirmed your deepest fears, when loss felt like the collapse of your entire sense of self. But now, something has shifted inside you. You feel sadness without becoming sad. You feel anger without letting it turn into bitterness. You feel disappointment without allowing it to harden your heart. The emotion arises, is recognized, and then gently fades, because it no longer finds resistance or fear within you. You begin to understand that pain is not an enemy. It is information. It shows you where you are attached, where you are still hoping for validation, where old wounds are asking to be seen rather than suppressed. And because you listen instead of react, pain stops shouting. It doesn't need to. It has finally been acknowledged. Loss no longer feels like erasure. When something or someone leaves your life, it hurts, but it does not hollow you out. You do not lose your sense of direction, your worth, or your identity with it. You grieve without collapsing. You remember without clinging. You move forward without denying what mattered. This is not detachment. It is integration. You carry the experience without allowing it to define who you are becoming. Rejection, too, changes its meaning. It no longer feels like a verdict on your value. You see it clearly for what it is, a reflection of someone else's limits, fears, timing or inner conflicts. You stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" and start understanding, "This was never about me." That understanding creates space, and in that space, your self-respect grows. You realize that most people are not responding to you. They are responding to their own unresolved inner world. Their reactions are shaped by their past, their wounds, their insecurities, their unmet needs. Once you truly see this, you stop absorbing emotions that were never yours to carry. You stop personalizing behavior that has nothing to do with your essence. And this realization is liberating in a way words struggle to capture.
Between what happens and how you respond, there is now a pause, a calm distance, a moment of awareness. You are no longer driven by impulse or old patterns. You choose your response instead of being dragged by it. And in that pause, that small, powerful space, you find freedom. Freedom from emotional chaos, freedom from reactivity, freedom from being controlled by external circumstances. This is why nothing and nobody can hurt you in the same way again. Not because life becomes kinder, but because you become conscious. You no longer allow unconscious wounds to dictate your reactions. You no longer live from unmet needs, hoping others will fill the gaps inside you. You recognize those needs, care for them, and integrate them into your sense of self.
You stop handing your power to people who never knew how to hold it. You stop expecting others to give you safety, clarity, or worth. You stop searching outside for what can only be built within. And as you do, something profound happens. You become internally anchored, stable, whole, self-contained, but not closed. You still connect, you still love, you still feel deeply. But now you do so from fullness, not hunger, from awareness, not fear, from choice, not compulsion. And because of that, your peace is no longer fragile. It is rooted.
This is not isolation. This is integration. This is not emotional numbness. This is emotional mastery. This is not ego. This is self-knowledge. Carl Jung did not promise a painless life. He offered something far more powerful. A life where pain no longer owns you. And when you reach that point, you don't need walls. You don't need armor. You don't need to disappear. You simply become aware. And awareness makes you untouchable.